We were very elite average. We were very elite average. We were very like, what?
Why?
Here's another one. Here's another one.
We're focused.
Also, Moats was rushing Derek Carr, and Derek started throwing the ball insanely fast. So Moats started chirping at Derek to hold the ball longer, talking spicy to him. That had me dying. Carr was shook. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I actually do. And in fact, shout out to my teammate James Harrison. It was one of my first games when I was in Pittsburgh being mic'd up. And I was telling him, like, yo, I'm the feds. I got the wire on me. And we joking the whole game about different things, trying to get sacks. I'm burning my butt on the sideline because we got the bench heater on. I'm like, bro, it's not, it ain't hot. It ain't cold enough for that. So we get in the game, and I'm chasing after Carr all game. And I'm like, bro, why are you doing this? Like, you've gotten sacked all year long. You hold the ball. Now it's like you get here, and it's like, quick. So I'm like, yo, man, hold that ball for a second, man. Let me get the second. You've been in the lab. Oh, you've been in the lab.
I had to lighten the mood. I'm like, we're not playing very well right now. Like, this is a complete disaster. So what can I do to make it better? I know, create an intro that is like funny and fun and different. And so I'm like, that is it. So that is what I have decided to put together.
Like
yeah, and I was like, and like that highlight was so funny. That live was also funny, and so I thought, yeah, let me just give him his own little shout out and his own little video, and be like, hey. So,
the way that you be over here just tossing it up with your behind the scenes edits and pre-production, I'm just like, you know what? Yep. Just a reminder, there are levels, okay, ladies and gents, levels to it, okay? Levels. Including, y'all can see who's on the high level, okay? All right, you see the high level.
I love it. My favorite part was like at the end when I was like, I have to have his name in here somewhere. That was the last thing I added, and I'm like, oh, I am definitely throwing his name in the center of this. Like, he's getting all of this shine.
Look. So. For me to create that, we'll be over here about 100 episodes from now. I'll be like, all right, I got it now, guys. I figured out how to get the video with the letters.
Oh my God.
Like, yo, this isn't just letters. This is just copy, paste, put video here. I'm like, no, these are graphics.
I loved it.
These are transitions. These are details. I hear sounds. I hear alternate audios in here. There's a lot going on with this piece over here. All right.
I love it. And for those of you that don't know, because like I can see him as it's rolling. And so for me, I obviously know what's coming. And so I'm waiting. And so I'm like, oh God, what is he going to do when his name pops up across the screen? So good. Wow. I love a good intro. Yeah. And now everyone is like, people that weren't here for the intro, you missed it. Trust me. I will definitely play it at some point.
Go back and play it again. That's it.
Yeah,
go back and play it again.
It was more interesting than the game that we watched. So yes, I would agree. I'm going to play it. So anyways, welcome chat. Welcome everyone in. We'll wait for the room to load a little bit, but how are you otherwise? I have some solutions for the Steelers team. So I've been thinking, and I know everyone will appreciate what I have to say. I have some solutions, okay? So before I get into my solution,
you have a PhD, okay?
Before I get into my solution,
so when the person with the PhD starts talking, you know I'm listening, okay?
I have
all ears. Yeah.
I think I got some solutions for us. I mean, they might not be good enough, but they're solutions. So, yeah. So how are you? How are you feeling? How's your weekend?
Weekend was great. Fam was in town from Cali celebrating anniversaries of weddings.
Love it.
I'm also in my super dad phase of like, I got a daughter that dates, so it was like, let's meet the fam, you know what I mean? So that was an experience as well. At least it was positive, but it was still an experience, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I like it. Okay.
And then after there, you have a great time, everything leading up to the game. Got a chance to talk to one of my guys, Ryan Shazier, man. Had a pregame interview with him. We'll drop that in a little bit, but it was a blast. It was good. And about 3/4 of the way, I felt happy. 3/4. I was like, you know what? I'm good. Even with all of it, I'm good. And then the 4th quarter happened and I was no longer happy. So now I'm happy again because you dropped this intro video that caught me completely off guard. It reminded me that, hey, even though you over here in your feelings, she got mad skills, brother. Yeah. So you better be ready. All right. So
you know,
that right there. That's
I love that. It
was a pick me up. All right. So shout out to the pick me uppers today.
Yes, that was my goal.
Now I think about it, guys. That was like,
yeah, my goal was like,
now.
Yeah, like we're not doing anything, right? So like, let me do something. Like, you know, it's
like when, we're not leaving a stone unturned.
Exactly.
Right? What can we be doing to be better? Yeah,
exactly.
I like it.
And I live in a world, like I always tell people whenever I'm at my best is when things are just not working and I have to kind of do something and I need to elevate myself so that things around me can be elevated. See, I'm all in on the Steelers. See, this is how I help us, right? I'm providing energy. I'm putting out positivity. I'm putting out more effort. I'm putting out all the things. Like it has to show up at some point, all right? Like, I mean, come on.
There it is.
Something has to show up.
You would hope so, at least. Jeez.
Yeah. And for me this weekend too, like I had a hodgepodge of stuff going on. Yeah. I have my Texas team who I don't know who they were. And then they woke up and I'm like, okay, like wake up. Okay. Oh, a punt return for a touchdown. Like what? So
don't make too much noise though, because they're gonna start looking at him. Steve down there with them hard eyes, you know, because they say Lane is obviously priority number 1 for everybody, but Steve, hey, we remember you. We know you got some skills. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that was interesting. And then obviously Colorado forgot that the game was on Saturday night. They thought it was in the morning. Yeah. So that's why they played like that. You know, they forgot.
They waited until it was the next day to actually start to score. If you think about it, like,
right. Yeah. They forgot. Yeah. So they completely forgot. And, you know, it happens, right? It just happens. You forgot the game day and, you know, because it's every day.
It's a lot that goes on. It's a lot that goes on. You know what I mean? Like all throughout the week. And sometimes, you know, hey, man, did you know the game was on Saturday night? No. You might have forgot. All right. And
they forgot. See, and I'm okay with that, you know? And so they forgot to play. So there's that.
It was an honest mistake.
Yeah. And then I have the Steelers who, I'm starting to see some patterns that I don't really love. Mm-hmm. And that is concerning because patterns.
I like your PhD talk. I like how you talk nicely about it. She's like, I see some patterns.
I see some patterns that are forming, that are consistent.
Maybe we should take a little bit more notice of it. Give it a little bit more attention. Let's be a little proactive with this.
Yeah. And so first of all, chat. We are streaming live on both of our channels. I am in control for the first time. I don't even know how long it's been, but we all know when I'm in control.
Been a minute.
And let me just set the ground rules for when I'm in control. Okay, so the first thing is you have to like both of our channels and subscribe to both of our channels. That is the first thing. Second thing is I don't know if Moats has dropped his membership on his channel, but if he has not, I can do it for him. Okay, he's going to do it and he's going to pin it.
But to say,
we're both going to do it just because I have it here for him. So there is that. The last thing and maybe the most important thing, any compliments that you have for Arthur Moats that you drop in the chat will appear on the screen. Always and forever. So if you just ever think for any moment that you want to give some compliments to Moats, any praise that you have for Moats, anytime I'm in charge, it will be on the screen when I see it. I'm just calling it out here. Those are just the rules.
It's gonna be a nice day today. It's gonna be a chill day today.
Those are the rules of engagement here, and that's how we do things.
It's just a normal Tuesday. All right, guys, we're just gonna try to just have a positive morning. Okay, it was just we're gonna be your coffee this morning, guys. Okay,
whenever anyone's filling up to it. So there's that. And then the other thing is I have a couple of fixes for this Steelers team. Okay, the first one is going to be tackling. Okay, the very first thing. Okay, the Steelers have to do, is tackle. Because we play football. Mm-hmm. And in football, you have to be able to tackle. And so if the Steelers start tackling, we might win. Okay, so that's the first thing I think the Steelers have to do is tackle. I agree. Tackle. The second thing, we have to do, we have to rush the passer, okay? Because in football, if you don't rush the passer, the passer has all the time in the world, and he can complete 19 passes consecutively or whatever it was consistently, okay? So we have to first tackle. We have to rush the passer, okay? Those two things. The third thing we have to do, we can't get lost on the field when the ball is in the air. We have to know that the ball is in the air. And I know this is going to sound crazy to some people. The ball only comes from one direction when you're on defense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you're running this way, guess what? The ball is coming from this way, okay? So those are the three things we kind of need to improve on, right? Tackling.
I would agree. Yeah.
Getting to the passer, pressure on the quarterback. That's that. And knowing ball awareness. We have to go find the football. Like, I know it's basic, I know these are basic things that I think that we need to improve on. I know, but we have to improve on them, because if we don't, nothing else matters. We have to tackle, we have to rush the passer, we have to find the football. Those are my observations from this weekend, because if we don't do that, what does it matter?
So you're spot on. And honestly, that's what the coaches are saying too. But that's the flip side though, right? It's one thing in terms of identifying. The requirement is simple, right? And we say with football, it's very simple in terms of what you have to do. But the execution of it is where the issues become, it's like, we know tackle the football. Yep, that sounds good until you're one-on-one with Josh Jacobs and you're Brandon Echols on the backside. And it's like, that sounds good in theory until you actually got to make that play. And as a coach, you did what you're supposed to do. My job isn't scheming you to run free and hit people blindly. This is the National Football League. My job is to scheme it so where you are one-on-one with the person.
And we did that.
So I get the, big narratives about coaching, and I'm with you. As a whole, that has to be better because the results on the field aren't better. But to act as if they are putting the people in position, it's like, no, there's plenty of people in position to make plays versus the run and versus the pass. The players got to make the plays.
And that's why,
but it's super simple. When I tell you it is super simple, weird. When I tell you it is super simple to Tanisha, I'm like, yo,
they're right there.
Jalen Ramsey has a one-on-one with Josh Jacobs. I think it's maybe end of the first quarter. He makes a tackle one-on-one, right? That similar play is the same thing, but to 26 side. 26, he gets stepped around for the touchdown. Now, the difference is Jalen Ramsey, how much are we paying him, right? We know what the expectation is for Jalen Ramsey. We know what the expectation is for Brandon Echols. Those are two different players. We don't necessarily care about all of that minutia. We want the result, but I look at that too. It's like, 5, you better make that play because what you're paid to do. 26, you haven't made those type of plays consistently throughout your career, and that's kind of why you are where you are, more role player than true standalone dominant player. And similar, even when we talk 23, it's like, man, you've been an elite cover guy throughout your career, but now that's kind of taking a step back, now the tackling deficiencies become a lot more noticeable when you don't have this elite trait anymore to kind of make you say, oh, we ain't worried about him tackling because he can cover everything. When you're getting ran by at times and you're not the most willing participant when it comes to the tackling, it's like, now you combine it.
You know what's funny is sometimes I hate that I like to use my brain, like because it backfires. Because here's the situation, right? Any person who is watching the Steelers right now, the easy out is to say fire the coaches. We know
that's always
the easiest out. Okay, so if I remove football and I put in life, right, and I say that now we have a parent-child situation. Now I know how I've raised my child. I know how I whatever. But now your child goes out and gets speeding ticket, is drunk driving, is doing all the things. Do you say fire the parents? Or do you say that child is responsible for their behavior?
You need to hold them accountable. Hey, stop babying them. Hold them accountable. Don't enable it. Hold them accountable.
Right. Yeah. So in my world where I have to use my brain because that's how I operate. On one end, I want to be the extreme, and I want to be like, oh my God, the coach is the coach. But then on the other end, when I watch the game, I am like, you guys are right there. I mean,
Tanisha, can I take it a step further? With the child, we at least say they don't always know, right? They're not the ones that have the onus. The payers we get paid triple at times what the coaches make.
Right.
Like let's put that into context.
So make
throughout the majority of your career, if you could make it out of your first rookie deal, you are going to be making double, triple what your coach is making. And you could tell that coach to his face, and I've seen it at times, they will fire you before they get rid of me. Right. I'm doing what I want to do. They will get rid of you before they get rid of me. And you know it. And the fans, they don't understand that. So they continue to say what they say. And that's why it's like when you can see it for what it is, you get that. And hopefully, these players, they'll start to feel that pressure, because the pressure is this: whether it's trade deadline or free agency, when players are being put in position to make plays and they continually don't do that, you have to find different pieces. Now, it's tough in season. The problem is this: when it's in season, it's so tough, right? You don't have the draft. You don't have all the free time to just say, okay, I'm going to go turn over my whole roster. I'm going to get all of these pieces out and get these new pieces in and get them up to speed and get them on the same page and have them buying into the culture all within 3 days before we play in a game. It's just not realistic, right? So you have to figure out, how can I band-aid it? How can I figure out little interests, like little pieces here and there, but then you get it, and now it's the offset, right? You figure out this piece, but then you lose Deshaun Elliott. All right, I get this done, but now Isaac Seumalo is hurt, right? So when I'm trying to figure out I felt good about Broderick, I got him up to speed. Now, when my interior part of my offensive line is struggling a little bit, dang, one of my pieces that I really needed to kind of step it up is hurt now. Yeah. So now I'm looking at a position group that was already struggling, and now we're going to have higher expectations, but with less pieces.
Yeah.
Catch what I'm saying? Well, so now you have to figure out, once again, how to offset that on the fly. And you don't have an easy opponent coming up. You got the Colts coming into town, baby. So, hey, figure it out, though. That's what you get paid to do, but that's that.
I also think, though, that there is a lack. I'm going to just say it. There's a lack of awareness on what we're understanding what you're looking at. I always say there are football fans, which are people who watch football. There are video gamers, which are people who play video games. There are statisticians that just look at the stats. There's so many different layers of this, right? But there's not everybody watches football and knows exactly what they're seeing. And I think that sometimes everybody can have a little piece of the onus. Yeah. But as fans, sometimes, depending on where you are in your fandom, you're not able to see it that way, because it takes a minute. Because trust me, listen, 10 years ago, I was like, this is terrible. Fire everybody. They suck. Like, why don't they do the reverse turn around, spin around? I just saw that in a video game. That's not real world, right? Real life is the coach has a responsibility to get you ready to play and put you in position to make plays and call the right plays. And when you watch the game and you see the defenders that are there to make the right plays and they don't, okay. The other thing is, too, is everybody, and I see it in the chat, everybody is on the secondary. Shame on every single one of you. This defensive line is playing terrible. Terrible. This defensive line, I don't even call players trash. I don't call people ass. I don't do that because I hate those terms. I hate those terms. This defensive line is despicable right now. And if you cannot see that, and if you can't first say this defensive line is not doing their job, it doesn't matter if I'm at corner. It doesn't matter if Moats is at corner. I don't put your best corner back there. It doesn't matter, because this defensive line is doing nothing. They're doing nothing. If I had 12 seconds to set back there and throw the ball, I might get lucky and hit somebody's feet. Okay, and I said lucky, okay, because I'm not very good at throwing football. But I'm just saying, like, we have to stop assuming that it's all the secondary. Guys, go back. The front of this defense is not doing their job. It is football 101, and we have to call them out. Cam Hayward's not doing his job. Bitten's not doing his job. Harmon's not doing his job. TJ Watt is not doing his job. That is what's happening. So before you go, oh my God, the secondary, of course. Have you seen the front of the guy completed 19 passes in a row in the NFL. And you're going to tell me it's the secondary's fault? Wake up. Wake up. Did you see the Bengals game? It was the same thing. Like Joe Burrow had Joe Flacco had all day. Like, this is football. We got to pay attention. Like, this defensive line is not doing their job right now. And it is okay to say they're not doing their job right now. But don't excuse them away and then blame the linebackers and then blame the secondary, because of course they're not playing well. How can you? Like, this is the same. And now I'm on a rant. I'm sorry. This is the same problem with when everybody, Broderick Jones is so bad. Broderick Jones is not the problem. The interior offensive line is a problem. If you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you. But we're so fixated on Broderick that when the offensive line gives up anything, we blame Broderick. No. Just like the defensive line is the center of the point of attack at this defense, the center and guard and the interior offensive line is the foundation of this offensive line. So when they aren't playing well, it doesn't matter what Broderick is doing. Like, I don't get why we don't get it. Like, we're like,
I'm with you. Look, you're not getting any pushback from me because you're spot on. You're spot on.
Yeah. And can I just answer one more thing? I see in the chat.
Go ahead. Heck.
When your team cannot get pressure on the quarterback, the team doesn't need to rush the ball. They don't need to run. That is why our rush defense looked better and didn't give up that many yards. They didn't need to run the football. They could pass the football. So let's just use our common sense for 2 seconds. If you have a choice where you can say, hey, we could try to run the football and it might not be successful. Let's try to run it just because, or we can complete 20 straight pass plays. Which one are you choosing? 20 straight pass plays. So stop acting like, well, we stopped the run. No, they didn't run the ball. I stopped the run too, because they didn't run the football. He threw the ball 20 times. Anyways, so I just think sometimes what we're looking at and what we actually understand that we're looking at is not really what's happening sometimes. And I've been on Twitter and I'm like, I got to get off of here because what are you guys talking about? That's not even, anyways, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
But shoot, to even just piggyback on that, I'll take it a step further and just say, who do you pay more? Do you pay your D lineman more or do you pay your secondary more? Do you have higher end draft picks? Do you have higher end draft picks in the D line or do you have higher end draft picks in the secondary? So why do we expect more from what we would all consider role players and minimize the expectations for what we all deem as star players?
Because it's easier.
Yeah, it's more convenient. It makes us feel better about it. It's like you said, man, let's put it on the coaches. And it's like, okay, well, we could bring in new coaches and they're going to do the same thing in the sense of putting guys in position to win one-on-ones. That is the requirement. Like, so it's still going to roll back to the star players or the people that we deem as the leaders of this defense, right? We know who we deem as the leaders, the playmakers, right? The guys, when we're saying, hey, somebody make a play, these are the first names we think of. Well, those are the guys that have to step up in those scenarios. And they know they're compensated to that level.
Right.
But
we haven't heard their name
this year.
Right. We haven't heard their name all game. We haven't heard their name all game, but yet it's the secondary.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
So that's the part where we say, like, you can't always try to minimize your favorite player's role.
Correct.
We want to if they play well, we're going to say that the win was because of them. It didn't have anything to do with anybody else. But then the flip side, when the loss happens and they are quiet, we're looking to point the finger around. It's like, no, man, the answers are right in front of you. We say highest paid defense. Who makes up the highest paid defense? Let's talk about the top 5 of the highest paid people.
You got to do something.
Right. We talk about who was the first round draft pick this year, man. What was our past 2-3 years, right? Who we spending top 3, top 4 draft picks on outside linebackers, pass rushers, D linemen. So it's like we have an expectation for them the same way we have an expectation for Patrick Queen, right? And we would say, hey man, we will always be getting on Patrick Queen. It was like, yeah, when we broke down earlier, hey man, when Harmon's not out there, man, that puts more stress on that dude to do certain things. When he came out there, we said, man, he should look better, and he did. But secondary is like, yeah, we don't have the highest expectations for Juan Thornhill, Chuck Clark, and Brandon Echols, with all due respect to them. We look at them as complementary pieces. You can fit them in next to stars, next to a Deshaun Elliott, next to a Jalen Ramsey, next to a JPJ, right? We say if you put them around those pieces, they can offset what they struggle with. Hey, aging Darius Slay with our pass rush, we feel good about because he doesn't have to hold up as long. We can rely on this more than the athleticism. But that model goes out when we're not creating this pressure environment. Terrell Austin, regardless of if you want more pre-snap disguise versus post-snap disguise, right? We all have a model, whether you're a blitzing team or a 4-man rush the team, right? Traditionally, under Terrell Austin, or 4-man rush play coverage, right? People get upset about it, but when it's cooking, you can see how dominant it can be.
Yeah.
Last game, because of them not doing the 4-man pass rush to a high enough level, you have to blitz. We blitzed in there 15 times. So what does that do? It puts that same secondary that I just broke down, who was back there, right? We remember the injuries that were also happening, but now you put more on them by doing the Blitzburg, right? Because I know everybody hollers about that. You got to blitz, but you got to blitz, but you got to blitz, but we don't blitz enough. It's too vanilla. It's like this is the byproduct of that based on how our roster is constructed. Now, you can't change that right now because you're in season. Off season, if the full body of work reflects that, okay, results wise did not equal success. Positionals or the positions, right? Position players as a whole, their production didn't equal success. Now you have those massive overhauls where we're talking about, okay, man, you don't spend highest paid top 5, another top 5. It's like, nah, you spread that around, man. You don't need to have that much heavy-handed top end talent on defense. Maybe it's okay. We need to switch coordinator and head coach. It's hard to do that right now because you're still sitting at 4-3. You're still first in your division. You're still, I mean, it's like you lost to who? The Green Bay Packers. What are the Green Bay Packers viewed as? One of the best teams in the NFL, best teams in the NFC. And that's the
thing, right?
So you're too close to that end season right now. You have to keep going. But if as a whole, when we continue through these 17 games, if at the end that full body is like, yo, man, you only won 7 games, you only won 5 games. Yeah, that is a totally different conversation. But I think people want to expedite that now. And it's like, you can't do that when you're still sitting at 4-3. Like, that's just not how that works at this level.
I also think, too, there's a part of this where nobody thought we were going to go undefeated, right? Nobody thought that, right?
But of course they did. They wouldn't say that, but in their heart they felt it though, right? Yeah. It's like, weird. It's like we have the most confidence, but like the most pessimism surrounded us. And I'm like, yo, how are we the most overconfident, but the most like talked down on? It's a weird world that we live in with it, but it's sports.
So if no one thought we were going to go undefeated, in a weird way, we are in a way where we need to be, because I think the other thing that happens too, and I try really hard not to be so reactionary to everything I'm seeing, which is why I like having these shows on Tuesday, because I feel like, I mean, at Monday, I don't even know what happened Monday because I'm so tired, but I feel like
that makes 2 of us.
Yeah. But I feel like once you step away from something, like time allows like you to kind of step away and not be so in it.
Time heals all wounds.
Yeah, it does. And I think that sometimes when you're in situations and it's like, do I want to win every game? Yes, we're not going to win every game. And I get that right now it's frustrating because the defense is just underperforming. They're just not performing the way they're supposed to be. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say that because I remember after we, because I remember after week, whatever week that was, you and I were both like, hey, y'all better enjoy these wins. Y'all better enjoy these wins. Like, banking these emotions.
When I say, it's like, it's a reason. It's like, yo, we want to be the most overly critical, the most hard-handed. We don't celebrate a victory because we're the Steelers. It's like, okay,
we celebrate all victories.
Well, here, let's mope. Like, this what you go. I hope you've enjoyed these past 2 weeks. We remember nobody cared about the Cleveland Browns victory, right? We were so in a hurry to move on past Cleveland. So this is the life. This is what you deal with. Yeah. So enjoy the hard part. Enjoy the suckiness. Enjoy this because this is what you were in a hurry for. This is why I enjoy the victories, man, because it sucks. Yeah.
Right.
And if we can do this all the time. Yeah.
If you work out, if you're in a relationship, if you do anything hard that you face adversity, guess what? We are in the adverse moments right now. So what are you going to do? Are you going to pass blame? Are you going to dig in? Are you going to have faith? What are you doing? Are you running, fight or flight? Which one are you choosing? Because we're in it right now. So we're in it right now. So you can choose to say we're terrible, we suck, we're never going to win, fire everybody, everybody sucks, we suck. Oh my God, we pay them too much. We're awful. Pittsburgh sucks as a city too. Like, we don't even know if we're black or gold or black and yellow. Like, I get it. Or you could just be like
this today.
Or we
don't even know. Black and gold,
yeah,
black
I'm just
and
saying, right? Because now we have to whine about everything, right? Now it's just a whine. It's a whine. We're whining. We're whining this. We're whining that. And why can't this? Why is he not 2 inches taller? Why is he not one step faster? Why is he? And that's what we're doing right now. So you have a choice. So you can stay in that, or you can say, okay, this is what we have. Are we going to get better? That's it. Like that's where we're at. So that's just how I felt. Wait, there's a super chat. I didn't read it. I think it's fine. Let me see.
I love that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It started off with offenses. So, hey, I think it felt good. Offenses are getting the ball out quickly. At what point do we place blame on the secondary for not holding for the initial 2 seconds? Seems like that would help the pass rush get home.
I'll take that. So, okay. There we go. So just like I said, yes. In terms of offense getting the ball out quickly, sure, that does happen. And within reason, you accept that. I think the big thing is we try to specifically, after this game, everybody harps on the 19 straight completions, and they try to use that as the exclusive, like, aha, this is the smoking gun of why the secondary has to be better. And it's like, you do know on the 19 straight completions, the biggest completion happened when he threw the ball up haphazardly to Tucker Kraft with 2 defenders on him, and he go gets it, and then he takes off down the field 59 yards. That's yeah. We got to make that play. Like, in terms of the secondary, sure, if you want to say for them specifically, absolutely. But for the passers, like, yo, we got to make that play. It's right. I look at those things, right? Everything isn't quick game. But in some capacities, yeah, when you're seeing the crossing routes, the Jamar Chase Thursday night, that's quick game. That's tackle the catch. And when they were tackling the catch, they were fine. But the problem was they didn't stop the run. And that's why you heard me emphasize that more, because it was like them being able to run the ball kept them on schedule. And that made it where we couldn't do certain things coverage wise to Jamar Chase. And then all it takes is an explosive catch by Ozlowski or whatever the heck his name was, number 8, or Ayolovsky or whatever the heck his name is. And then you get the T. Higgins play, and it's like, whoa, how do we get here? But we said, man, Jamar Chase having them, was it 18, 16 catches for $140, $150, and 1 touchdown? It's like, that doesn't beat you. It's like, yo, great game by him. But shoot, you know how many times like we see receivers do that and lose? Like, yo, you can live with that. You could have lived with the 100 yards rushing, the 90 yards receiving, and then the 60 yards receiving. It's like, that's too much. But this game right here, defensively, we, number one, didn't create splash, right? Now, the funny thing is this. We act as if we are surprised that we lost to the Packers. But if we remove black and gold, we remove biasness. On paper, we are the same team, but they are a step ahead of us. Mm-hmm. We would say they're a step ahead of us because, number one, they have the, on paper, better younger quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. We would say on paper, defensively, if we want to start talking how we like certain pieces, like, okay, they're a little bit more proven, right? If people want to go that route, or offensively, offensive line wise, they're a little bit more proven. And even coming into the game, right? We said Vegas had them picked. They were supposed to be the favorites to win the game. Right. So with all of that being said, and with all of the shortcomings and everything included, right? Me getting on D-line, people getting on secondary, coaching malpractice, referees and everything. When the third quarter ended, the Steelers were still winning the football game.
Right.
Like there isn't speculation. That isn't a I felt. No. Like that's just at the end of it. When it was 0-0-0 at the end of the third quarter, they still had the lead. So it's not this astronomical, dang, they're so far away, but you can see where the finish was different. The finish is what killed them. 21 points to 6 in the fourth quarter. A 2-point conversion also included in the fourth quarter. And then we have what by us in the fourth quarter? A DK Metcalf penalty on 3rd and 2 that turned into 3rd and 17. Then you have a drop on a 2-point conversion to who? It wasn't a rookie. It wasn't a low paid guy. It's Jonnu Smith, a high paid dude, a guy that we feel confident that Arthur Smith feels confident in. Is that a coaching issue? Is that a scheme issue? No, he schemed the dude open. It was wide open. Hit him in the bread basket. Got to catch it. The same way you look at 26. It's like, yo, you're in position to make this play. You're 1-on-1. Make this play. Hey, 21, you're down the grass. The ball's up in the air. Read the play. Go get it. That's not coaching. These guys were in position to make the plays. That's the player got to do it. But at the same time, you are who you are. We don't look at those players I just named and talk about them as all pros and world beaters. It's like, yo, y'all are good players. Y'all are nice pieces. But nice pieces have some up and downs at times. And that's what we're dealing with. And the coaching part is this. You try to coach those dudes to have that minimal, right? You want to see that happen the least amount as possible. But the more frequently it happens, you start to have legitimate questions, player and coach. And then that's why we say as it continues to increase the sample size, it'll tell you one way or the other. If that is the only player that keeps missing, all right, cool. Well, you know it's a player issue. Now, if you see all of these players out here, regardless of if it's starters or backups, having those same issues, now it's coaching. We don't look at Jalen Ramsey and say he doesn't know how to play the ball down the grass. We don't look at Deshaun Elliott and feel like that. We talk about JPJ in terms of handsy. We could been saying that since Penn State. So it's like we don't look at those as specific coaching issues. But if what we're seeing with some of the backups continues with those higher end dudes, or if it starts to twinkle in there, it's like, yeah, man, this coach is tripping. That's tripping. But right now, that's not that. Heck, it's a play, man. It was on social media. And shout out to my dog, man. He was calling my man out. He's like, yo, why is this player just running blindly? And it's like, he's running to his zone. It's a zone concept. And it's like, this is a part of zone defense. You're not going to stop everything. But it's like in a vacuum, we look at this one play. And it's like, yo, why is it this done this way? Just make it. It's like, yeah, but when you do that for this one play right here, now you open up the box for all of these other things that pop out of that. So you at times have to understand that, yo, this is a sucky part of this. Let's try our best coaching wise, not to put them in this position anymore. But sometimes it happens and you live with it. But when it keeps happening, that's the issue again.
That's fair. Yeah, I also think we often talk about the result more than we talk about what led us to the result. And again,
especially if it's a loss. Especially if it's a loss. Yeah.
But even if it's a win, too, you know, because it's like sometimes you win games and you're like, oh, we're good. And it's like, did you kind of like?
So you feel like that? I personally, I guess I've been burned through Steeler media. I don't feel like that. I feel like with Steelers media, people gravitate, even on a win, they want to find what went wrong in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Use that to everybody say they use that. Heck, well, I guess we're agreeing then. Heck yeah, it's like
that's what I'm saying.
You don't find like why is that?
I don't know. Well, because I think that I know why. There's another super chat from the Debo Savage that I spot checked it. It's good to go.
Shout out to Debo Savage as well, man. We appreciate you on this beautiful day, man.
Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, seriously. I think there's a lot of reasons why. Let's get to the super chat first, and then I'll.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith deserves more blame for the second half performances. Granted, he's had moments where he was in his bag, but sometimes I'm scratching my head on this play calling on second down. Period. And then we stay 3rd and 6 plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 36 plus to me happens due to lack of consistent running the ball. Like we ran the ball better this game, obviously as a whole, but at the same time, I do feel like some of that happened as they kind of expanded on that lead. In terms though of the second half stuff though, you can definitely get on Arthur Smith in terms of the second half adjustment, right? Because we look at how first quarters are starting. We don't have issues moving the ball to start games off. Think about that. Like, we might not score touchdowns every time, but
that's true.
Open the drives or in position way more frequently than not. And it's to the point that we're not even surprised by that. Whereas second half wise, we do seem to get a little bit more stymied. Now, is that something where he overthinks it, or it's, as the game flow goes on, you start to feel like, all right, we can't necessarily do this, so let's go to some of the toss plays, let's go to some of the quick passes to the boundary and things like that, because we do know we'll feel like, yeah, man, everything's kind of around the line of scrimmage right now, versus it being more attacking it down the grass. That to me though is his personal flair, his flavor. But some of these games though, when it's tight, Coach Tomlin has his thumb on the style of it, because there's a certain way that he feels comfortable winning. And for him, when he's won how many games throughout his career with this particular brand, he finds more comfort in that style. So it's not always going to be, super aggressive, and it's going to come off as conservative. And offensively, you're going to feel that as well. But for Coach T, he's looking big picture and saying, yeah, I know what this is, though. I know what this is. And his grand picture is, yeah, I'm trying to get it down to the end of the game where who's going to make the mistake first? And 9 times out of 10, it's the other team. In this situation, the Green Bay Packers, who we all would agree are a really good team, proved to not make the mistake. And they proved to actually have a quarterback that could take advantage of it while still having enough of a balanced attack running the football to where you kind of, hey, man, we can't just make them one-dimensional. And as a whole, that's how you get what you get in that second half. But like I said, some of it is on Arthur Smith, but some of that is on Coach T, just because he's not going to let this thing get too crazy one way or the other. Yeah. He's going to maintain. It's like that slow, we're going to run this zone. If this is basketball, and he's like, yo, they want to run zone and just slow it down versus the team that wants to, full court press up and down, fast break. It's like, he doesn't want to do that.
I was actually disappointed in our offense this game. Mainly because you're at home, you have 3 field goals in the first half.
Shout out to Boz.
Boz is the best player on this team right now. He is the most consistent.
Why do we say that like that's a bad thing? I be feeling like people don't like Boz. I'm like, yo, shout out to Boz.
No, remember I said it all summer, and everyone was like, it's TJ. I'm like, no, it's Boz. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's Chris Boswell.
This dude is consistent as heck, man.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And so it's, for me, I feel like there's certain things when you're playing good teams that you can't do. And one of those things is kick field goals instead of scoring touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And we know this because we're a defensive team. We know this. Like, our goal is to keep people, kicking field goals and not scoring touchdowns. And I think whenever you get opportunities to score touchdowns and you keep kicking field goals, eventually it's going to come back on you. Now, I get it. The Packers also are an NFL team. The Packers are great on defense. I get it. But I also start to kind of wonder what is happening there, where it seems like, because that's what we were used to for so long, is we kick field goals. That's what we do. So it kind of made me wonder, like, what is happening there that we cannot score. What was it? I think we had 3 field goals, didn't we? Like in the first half, because it was 16-9 at half, or what was it at half? Because we were making ours.
Yeah, it was 16-7. 16-7 at half. Yep.
And
third quarter they scored the 1 touchdown, and we had the field goal in the third quarter as well.
Yeah.
But
and so I get it. Like, do I want points over no points? Well, yes, obviously. Yeah. Do I want touchdowns over field goals? Well, yes, obviously. And so for me, when I'm looking at the offense, I'm like, it's not, I don't know. I knew whenever we couldn't get a touchdown out of one of those 3, I'm like, we have to score more points to beat the Packers. Like, because they're a good team. And I think that's kind of the push and pull, right? Where it's like, some teams we can get away with just kicking field goals. We couldn't with them. And to be fair, I don't think we can with the Colts either, because they also can score points. And so I think that sometimes, now, is the offense trash? Is the offense bad? No, that's so dramatic. Are they the worst part of our team? No. Do they need to be fired? No. Like, so like, just calling that out. But I feel like, I don't think in any football scenario, I don't think anyone would say, hey, we prefer field goals over touchdowns.
Yeah.
Nobody says that.
To me, the second half not even, and I keep isolating the fourth quarter, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. It really boiled down to the complementary football part. When we say complementary, we're saying defense get off the field, offense maintain drives, right? So third quarter, people are going to make a big deal about the second half. It was, we punted, right? After 3 plays in the third quarter, they had the 9-play drive where they scored a touchdown. We kicked the field goal after that, right? Mm-hmm. That's pretty much that whole quarter. They started that long 10-play drive where they had the 15, 16, 17 completions or whatever in a row. That whole situation starts, right? They hit the weird 56-yard pass, right? That happens. Then this is where it gets weird for us. So we come out of that, we go 3 and out. That's when Michael Parsons has the sack. We see him hold up the 1, right? We felt that. They come back and score a touchdown after that. That's when they finally expand. It's 29-19 at that stand. Then we come back 3 and out. And this 3 and out, it's the DK, right? We have the 3rd and 2 situation. He gets to poke you in the mouth, takes back 3rd and 17. So now that's a punt. Then they kick the field goal. So now, just in that span, that's a 17-point swing. You like, bro.
Right.
And offensively, it's like, yo, you haven't, it's self-inflicted. Now, Michael Parsons made a play. Great play by Michael Parsons, right? Great you play. Live with that. It's like, yo, that part sucks. But the 3rd and 2, you poke a dude. It's like, yo, that's on DK. That's not on Arthur Smith. Like, that's not on Mike. That's on
it's on the offense, right? Yeah. So, like, again.
But let's keep it going. But hold on. But let me keep it going because it gets worse. We come right back after that. They go 8-play drive, kicks the field goal. We have a 2-play and we fumble. That's what we fumble. And they recover. So you see, so for the fourth quarter, 1, 2, the first 3 drives are 3 and out or 2 3 and outs in a turnover.
Exactly. On the offense.
We have the lead. We have the lead going into the fourth. We have the lead going into the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Right. So that's my point is like, we want to blame the defense is cool, but like, are we not going to talk about this offense? Like, are we going to give them passes on what they were seeing? Like,
so the complimentary part, you could just see where defensively they're not doing enough to get off the field. And then offensively, they're turning around and it's 3 and out, 2 and out, turnover. You're like, whoa. Right. And then you still find a way to, at the end of the game, if you catch a 2-point conversion, it's a 1-possession game with 2:07, and you can either do the onside kick or kick it off. And no, it's going to be 3 straight runs, and you can get the ball with about 40 seconds left of this game. That's the weird part. And that's the part that says, like, when you say elite average, it's like, that's that. Because the elite team is the Packers right now, right? They're the ones that are the best team in the NFL or best team in the NFC. So they're the elite. We're the ones that pushed them to the fourth quarter, but you can see where they didn't make the mistakes. They didn't have the turnover. We did have the turnover. They executed offensively and then complemented with defense, whether we're talking about forcing a turnover, whether we're talking about getting a sack, right? Whether we're talking about not having the self-inflicted bonehead post-snap penalty, right? Or post-play penalty. We were the ones who made those mistakes. And the reason why those mistakes typically happen is because you're the team that's pressing a little bit more. That's usually how we view it. It's like, when you're the one that has to try to do everything to get it, it's like, oh, I can get you to mess up now because you are pressing a little bit too much. And this was one of the ones where we pressed a little bit too much. Felt different to me than the Seattle game. Seattle, I still felt like that came down to bonehead situations, right?
Oh, right.
But you know what I mean? But like, that to me is very different than this. This felt like you beat us at what we do well. And that's why I have a different level of like respect for it. It's like, yo, Green Bay, I tip my cap. Y'all are the better version of what we are right now.
I feel like, let me play this real quick. We were very elite average. We were very, like, what?
Why? Is this what happens when the schedule gets weird and you get 3 weeks off of not having to host? This is how it gets. Like, you are just over here with all the bells and whistles, all the tricks. Wow.
Because I feel like this offense.
No, I've talked to you multiple times, and you are constantly telling me about how you're busy, you working, you studying, you teaching, you grading. I'm like, yo. And you got time to still do all of this? Like, that was a pop-up. That wasn't even supposed. That's not even she joined the membership or was a super chat. That was none of that. Was just so like, hey man, just take this while you're at it. I just thought of you for a little bit. Like, what?
I need to have that handy. I need to have that handy because Quite frankly, I felt like this offense played very elite average in my opinion. I think the offense and the defense 50-50 is the reason why we lost this football game. Mm-hmm. And I think that we spend so much time clamoring on this defense, and I get it, highest paid, blah, 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 I got it. This defense let us down in the fourth quarter, or this offense let us down in the fourth quarter. They just did. They didn't do what they were supposed to do with their possessions. DK, there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for the fumble. There's no excuse. And you have to take accountability quarter by quarter. You have to. And this offense just didn't do enough. They didn't do enough. Like, they just didn't do enough. And yet and still, if they complete that second down conversion, they're right there. But even that, they couldn't complete it. So are we going to blame our secondary because he dropped the 2-point conversion? Is that the secondary's fault? No. I mean, no, it's his fault. Catch the ball. Yeah. I mean, this is like simple stuff. And so I just think that sometimes it's like, I look at football as a pie. You know this. Everybody has a piece to play. And the way I divide my pie is I divide my pie quarter by quarter. And usually, if you go quarter by quarter and you look at the way you've divided the pie, you're going to know who won the game just by how the pie is divided. And it's just right now, as a total team, I don't think anyone but the lovely Chris Boswell and the punter can say that they're doing their job consistently. And we need consistency. It's not okay to just do it right one time. Like, the offense and the defense collectively, everyone has to be better. And I think it is okay that everyone has to be better. That's okay. Like, it's fine. And we can pick and prod every little detail because, I like to do that. But I also think everybody has to be better. It's just, you just have to be better. Like, full stop.
But they can be better. And I don't think that that's something that we have to feel over the top about in terms of expectations. When we're asking dudes to make consistent plays, star players, when we're asking the drafted guys, the first to be more consistent, right? Whether it's in protection, whether it's rushing the passer or stopping the run.
Screen. Chat, can you see?
I was about to say, I feel like, is that? Let me check something real quick on mine.
Are you on your Wi-Fi?
Getting a little.
Are you on your Wi-Fi? When Wi-Fi started, I used to call it a Wi-Fi. I didn't know it was called Wi-Fi.
All right, let me try. Let me see if that's better. Maybe, potentially, maybe.
Oh, I see. At least frozen? I can. Okay, frozen? I think you're getting a little better.
Let me start moving. Let me see, because that was weird.
It's getting
better.
I was
about to say, yeah. You were talking. I was like, all right, it's kind of weird. I don't know what that is.
Your Wi-Fi.
Like, come on now. Yeah, like,
I think it's getting better.
Okay, work for me. Don't be Steelers level. Okay, can we get more consistency?
Don't be
okay,
average.
Yeah, y'all have been stars of lately. Don't do this.
Oh, okay, you're fully back now.
This off. Okay.
Now I see you crystal clear.
Shout out to technology. Okay, shout out to technology. When we're done, I'm gonna go do the good old fashioned. I'm gonna put my thinking glasses on like one of them real geek like nerd tech dudes, and I'm gonna go down there. I'm just gonna unplug the router. Count to 10, 1,000.
It works every time.
1,002. I'm gonna plug it back in and pray that everything goes back to normal. All right.
It will.
And if it don't, I'm gonna call the people up. Yep. But it's
just like us. Like, it needs a minute. It needs a minute.
Take it out, man. All right, just take it out, reset it, plug it back in. All right, that's it.
I love that.
So, I'm back now. I'm good.
Yeah. I should have just replayed the intro for people that didn't see it when they came in. I should have just played it so that you could have gotten everything together.
Yeah, I'm over here. I was over here on the struggle bus, man. All right, but we back now. We back. So all good.
So yeah, I think we were just saying, like, everybody has accountability and they can get better, and that's okay. Like, that's okay. I mean, and the other thing is too is like, do I like to lose? No. But I also
nobody wants to do that. Heck no.
No, but also I didn't think we were going to go undefeated. And I feel like these are like, we can get better. Like, we can do better. And I think that's the thing that keeps driving me. Like, listen, I'll just keep it real. I'll keep it real for a second. Colorado can't do better. Okay. They can't. Okay. I mean this with love. That's my team. I support them.
Now you want love all of a sudden. Now you want love. Wow. Okay, so Sunday Night Football got her wanting love all the time, guys. You see what happens now? See what happens when you lose?
My Colorado Buffaloes are what they are, right? They just are what they are. I can see it. There's a talent deficiency. I see it. It's fine. It's cool. Okay. When I watch my Texas Longhorns, they're talented. They're hella talented. And you can see it. Even if you don't like Texas, you can look at them and you can go, oh my God, like this team they're fast, they're quick, they're big, they're talented. You can see it. When I look at the Steelers, I'm like, I can see you. I can see it. And I just want to say, I know you don't look ahead at schedules, but I do. Okay. And the way that you measure your team is you go against who you think is the best and you see where you measure. And then you play against somebody that you don't think is very good. And then you see where you measure and you kind of start to figure yourselves out. And we just might not be very good. We don't know that yet, right? We don't know that yet. I'm just saying though, with more information.
Quick question. How we feel about the Bengals offense?
Well, you know what's funny? Didn't he do the same thing with Chase?
All right. And they put up 38 points too.
And I was cheering hard for the Jets. Yeah. I'm going to get to y'all super chats. I was cheering hard for the Jets.
But it's a Steelers defense. It's just Pittsburgh. It's just the Steelers. I'm like, no, y'all are crazy. You put Joe Flacco with, he has never had that. Never. You think about it. Torrey Smith, shout out to my dog, Torrey Smith, shout out to Steve Smith, shout out to Anquan Bolton. They won't chase in Higgins. Y'all are tripping. It's like, yo, these dudes are dogs. I wanted
T. Higgins so bad this offseason too. Dogs. Like I was like, go get him. Pay. I don't care. T. Higgins, come on. You know he wants to be a Steeler. He doesn't want to be a Steeler. No. Okay, let's see. Let me get to these super chats. Okay, so Just Gordon says,
hey, y'all hit that like button too on both channels. Don't forget to subscribe too on both channels either, man. I know I'm a little bit negative today, all right? But it's like that sometimes.
Hey, after I do these super chats, I will play the intro for you so that you can laugh and get your juices flowing. So that will make you feel better. So
I was so negative, the Wi-Fi started tripping over here. It was like, you know what, most people was going on, man. Why are you so negative today, man? Because I need my guys to play better. It just makes me feel bad when they don't play better. Dang.
Yeah, it's annoying. Justin Gordon 2293 says,
shout out
been
to
a Steelers fan since 95-96, really avid after 03. Never seen so many embarrassing defensive performances. We even look bad in wins. I don't care who's to blame. This broken defense needs to be fixed ASAP.
It is.
Just for you, Just Gordon, I wanted to enunciate the words you made in caps because you took the time. Thank you for your super chat. And
absolutely,
I think we can all agree it needs to be fixed ASAP. Yeah. I agree with you 1000%. Yeah. Great comment. Absolutely. There's nothing even need to be said. That is a great comment.
Absolutely.
Let's see. This is another one from Brandon Phillips. I did not read this.
Shout out to Brandon Phillips. Hopefully, you gotta say hopefully it's a shout out. I didn't read it either.
I think it is. I think it's a good one. Moats, I'm the biggest fan of Tomlin. That's my frat brother. But I feel like we've been getting cooked by tight ends and slot receivers in the MOF.
Middle of the
field. What is
that?
Middle of the field. Okay. Another football acronym. I love it. Since Brady was in New England and we refused to adapt to it. Am I tripping?
I mean, it's just the way that you attack certain defenses. For Coach Tomlin, he has a certain style. He likes cover 2. He likes Tampa 2. So the weakness of Tampa 2 is the middle of the field. If you're playing against a defense in terms of Coach Flo, right, from Brian Flores, he loves to blitz. He loves to have every guy at the line of scrimmage. So he struggles with some of the crossing routes, some of the down the field concepts to get him with if that blitz doesn't get home, right? Because it's so aggressive. Everybody has a thing, man. When we talked about Dick LeBeau, he was the fire zone guy, right? So the weakness of the fire zone was you're going to catch a linebacker, outside linebacker, having to run one-on-one versus a wide receiver if you put him in the slot or at that tight end position. And we all remember Keenan Allen lining up against Vince Williams and LJ Fort. I believe it was on a Monday night about 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, he was just the same route over and over and over. or excuse me, it might have been 7 or 8 years ago. Excuse me on that one. But that's, the weakness of that defense, right? So everybody has something that is a tendency for them. And when a coach is at the same place for as long as Coach Tomlin has been, it's easy for a Julian Edelman or a New England Patriot who has played against him so many times in big games. And they also have a great, coaching staff at that time to educate them that, you're going to know, this is what they like to do. The same way we could all sit here and say, hey, Arthur Smith, we know he loves to run the football, loves to use tight ends. Andy Reid, we know he loves pre-snap shifts and motions. Man, he's going to use some quick game West Coast passing attack. Everybody has tendencies. The difference is when you win, hey, that guy's great at what he does. When you lose, man, he's too predictable.
Yeah.
That's all how we spin it. But when you win, that's what matters the most.
Speaking of, did y'all see that? I remember we wanted to hire Brian Flores. Did y'all see them get cooked by the Chargers? Did y'all see that Brian Flores defense get cooked? I was just it
happens.
I was just curious. I was just wondering.
Yep.
Let's see.
It's just a Steelers issue, though. Like I said, man, but I'm not making excuses. Like I said, I'm being negative.
Did y'all see the Washington Commanders last night? Get their asses handed to them.
I'm a negative dude, man. All right. I'm an apologist. I'm apologizing for the guys in the organization. I'm apologizing. I'm just like, yo,
I don't know. Steelers are so terrible, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Did y'all see the Dallas Cowboys?
Like, it ain't just us.
Another super chat from Justin Gordon. Justin Gordon, can you tell me what the 2293 signifies? I'm just curious. And you don't have to. That can be totally your business. I'm just curious. 2293, maybe it means something to him. Playing 21 over 40 is malpractice. Thoughts?
That's 21. That's Chuck.
Who is 21?
Chuck Clark. It's 20. Yeah, I always be mixing up Chuck and Juan, but I want to say that should be
who is 21?
No, 22. Yeah, 21 is Juan Thornhill. Yeah, 21. Oh, no. 21 is Chuck Clark. 22 is Juan Thornhill. So you're saying playing Chuck Clark over Jabril Peppers. And what they're referencing is defensively when Deshaun Elliott got hurt, we put in Chuck Clark instead of Jabril.
Okay.
So when we watch some of those pass plays right in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter to the tight end, that wasn't on linebackers, that was on Chuck. So that's why when I started off with my reference, I was like, guys like Brandon Echols, guys like Chuck Clark, guys like Juan Thornhill, they're more compliments. They're more role players, but we're putting more expectations on them than we put on the stars. So that's why when we heard the guy bring up in the super chat about what about when it's quick game, and it's like, yo, that's all well and good, but if I know that this guy on the back end is not my best player, he's not my starter, the guy that is my starter has to be what we joke about, right? Force multiplier.
Yeah.
That's why we use that term. Because when something goes wrong, whether it's an injury, a guy has a bad matchup, isn't playing well, you guys that we decide are force multipliers, and we decide that based on pay. It's not based on position. PQ, that's a force multiplier. TJ Watt, that's a force multiplier. Cam Hayward, Jalen Ramsey, Alex Highsmith, force multipliers. How can you tell? Look at what they get paid, right? Yeah. Offensively, who are force multipliers? Who? Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren, right? These are guys we've said, hey, we want to pay you more than what is required, more than the minimum. So from there on, we are saying that you are worth X amount of players. That's what we are saying when we decide to give you millions. So when you hear me speak with the passion I speak with about it being on players, is because when I got my contract, that was exactly how it was communicated to me. Hey, man, this all is good, right? But just know you better justify it. Every million that you're getting paid, you better be that much better than the next man. Because if you're not, I can go get me a vet minimum guy to do what this is. I can go get vet minimum to give me average. So when I look at a guy that's getting what they're getting at those various positions, I'm not tripping on what, because I'm looking at the fact that the other force multipliers were still out there. And they got to find ways to step that up. Now, the difference, though, in terms of why the decision was made from TA to put 21 over 40, amount of time. 21 has been here way longer. So in terms of understanding the nuance, all the checks, the calls, getting everybody lined up right, we all say getting lined up right and being on the same page is more important than your ability, because you could be the best athlete in the world, but if you do not know the call, we are screwed. And we've seen that 2 games ago versus the Bengals, right? Critical play, blown coverage, all because of what? Wasn't because the athlete wasn't good. It was Jalen Ramsey, heck of an athlete, one of our best athletes, but it was miscommunication.
Patrick, can I just say something?
3 guys get the call. He misses it. Boom. but we put it on PQ. I get it, but that's that. I'm with you.
Can I just say something? I love the Arthur Moats that is like, this is some BS. We are not playing well.
Annoyed, man.
I am frustrated. We are listen, because I'm naturally like just an upbeat person. Like even when I'm pissed, I'm this way. Like everyone's like, I don't know who you are because you're all, I'm like, this is me all the time. Even when I'm annoyed, I'm like, what the fuck? So it's nice to see you so annoyed with this because but what that you only get annoyed at something when you know it can be better, when you know when you can see that it's so close to being better, and you're just frustrated because you're like, no, just do the thing. Like, no, do it. Like, just do it.
And the frustrating part from even my experiences is this: fans traditionally are looking for outside help because from their experiences, they've never been able to just overcome and ascend to this 1%, right? So as the player, we're like, yo, we've never needed a handout. I've never needed to call for help. I've always had the answer. I look in that mirror and I say, man, whatever the problem is, I guarantee I got the answer. So when you put all of us together, we feel like, yo, we don't need to look here. That's why we don't care about draft, free agency, or trade.
What do you hear
dominated? But what do you hear dominated in terms of the conversation surrounding fans? It's always fire him to get the next guy. Hey, get rid of that guy for the next guy. Who can we draft to come here and help us? We're always looking at save me. Whereas players like, bro, ain't no handouts out there, baby. Ain't nobody. Superman does not exist in football. You better go become it yourself. It's like that's the
what a TJ, great statement.
Please, God. It's like, no, man, you out here for a reason. You have kicked butt for a reason. Go out there and do it. Continue it. But the flip side is them other dudes got the same mindset. So when we say, man, they got the highest paid non-defense or the highest paid non-quarterback in league history, Michael Parsons. Did we not have that also 3 weeks prior to him becoming that? Did we not have that exchange? But the expectation or the fear for Michael Parsons was way different. And I can tell you, I was in the stadium. It was way different when he was out there. It's like, whoa, get rid of it. Oh, God. Oh, great play by Aaron Rodgers. Boy, I thought it was a sack, but Lord, he just threw it. Was that a strip fumble? Oh, God, it was a pass. Oh, heads up play by you, boy. Oh, God, dog. It's like, that was that energy. It was not to say Green Bay had that rock. It was not to say with love. It was like, God dang, man, he got, God dang. That really came over like, what? God dang, bro. Jeez, again. Come on, man. What the heck, man? Come on, man. Yeah.
I don't know if you I don't know if everybody caught the message that you just delivered. I
was trying to be respectful about it.
No.
Yep.
That okay. Because what I heard you say.
I was very respectful.
No. No, because
don't get me in trouble.
No, I'm not, because I hear you. I got you, right? Just know that I got you. I got you.
All right.
But on some level, I think what happens is it's easier to find an excuse or a reason than it is for you to be the solution.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're looking for, and I'm working with you here a little bit, because sometimes we're like, I'm doing my best, okay?
This all be passionate. This all like to get passionate. I just like this.
Chill. No. I got you. I can bring it home. I got you. Because sometimes the problem is you just have to be better, and that is why you are a player, is to be better and to do better, and the expectation is that you do that. Full stop. Like, it's easier to say all the reasons why you can't. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
The answer is you need to do it. And I think that what you said, just so you know, everything you said, I'm applying that to my life because I agree with you 100%. And I think that it's important that we remember that we are the solution. And I think it is easier to try to say something else has to fix this, something else has to change this, something else has to do better.
And that's not just exclusive to athletes. Like in your regular walk of life, like no, you are good enough, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Without getting too gospelly, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay, each and every one of you are somebody because you're not junk.
But all right, there is something that we all have that uniquely qualifies us for things that doesn't uniquely qualify other people.
Yeah,
some people are hella talented. Some people are hella gifted singing. Some people can sing. Everybody can't go out and be Sierra. Everybody can't do that. Like,
true. You can't. Think about a surgeon. When you know, hey, one mistake, this guy dies on my table. Not everybody can live that.
Yeah.
Everybody can handle that.
Yeah. So people basically what you said is similar to kind of how Mike Tomlin is.
We do not care.
You are in your bag. Oh, my God.
That was so funny.
I'm like, what is this? Oh, shit. You are in your bag.
So basically, that's what you said. Just to wrap it up in a bow. When I but I just need you to know that on this live, I heard exactly what you said, and you know what? I appreciate what you said because it needs to be said more often than not.
What he said is the truth.
By former, especially by former players. What you said is what you said, period. Now, here's another super chat. Brandon Phillips.
Shout out to Brandon. Let's go.
I get that's a weakness of cover 2, but I'm confused as to why we don't adjust, or is this an IE of try to cover everything, you cover nothing? Oh, okay. I think it is. I think that's what you're saying, right? It's kind of like you have to make a choice. You have to give up something.
Right. So for Coach Tomlin, the reason why he likes the cover 2, right? We know his history. He had his success, his start, Tampa Bay, defensive staff down there when they won the Super Bowl. Derek Brooks, Tampa 2, middle runner. It was beautiful. It was sexy. He takes that up to Minnesota, has success there, gets the job to come here. We don't run that under Dick LeBeau because LeBeau was more fire zone, right? But we talk about the pros and cons to that. It's aggressive. And before people caught up to it, man, you could really murder people in terms of just the blitzing and not knowing where it's coming from. Now, though, it started to get caught up to where they could identify if this is where the pressure is. I know I got linebacker on backside, so now I got receiver on LB, and people got upset with that. So Coach Tomlin shifted that to the Tampa 2 cover 2 that you see a lot of. Now, when we look at the linebackers we got more of the, speedier guys, right? So what do we do a lot of? Tampa 2, cover 2, like traditional cover 2 zone, and 2 man, which is where we look at it's like, is Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson blitzing? No, they're in man-to-man on the running back and the tight end because of who they are athletically. So we are switching it up, but it still stays in the family of cover 2 because he's a cover 2 guy. Everybody has their thing, and you just live with protecting middle of the field. So when you play here under Coach Tomlin, he's always talking about the middle of the field, the middle of the defense. You got to have a fast middle of the field, but you got to protect the middle of the field. You can't allow guys to beat you across their face. Now, the flip side is this. What does Jamar Chase say? I don't care where your leverage is. I'm going across your face. And I'm the nicest dude in the world that's doing it. And there isn't anything you can do to stop me. I'm Jamar Chase. And I got a Flacco who can beam this to me anywhere 15 and in. So we going to be a match made in heaven. Do something about it. And now you pick your pros and your cons. You're like, okay, let's go regular cover 2. Okay, corners, you stay outside, get hands on them, try to reroute. Bam, but you still a zone, so it's going to be a soft little window between where the LB is. You can hit that. Okay, let's go to man-to-man out of this thing. All right, we're in a 2-high shell, but we got man-to-man. Cool, he could beat you off the line of scrimmage because it's one-on-one. Now we praying to God that this safety is going to make this tackle. Otherwise, it's an explosive play, right? Okay, now we're going to shift it to the Tampa 2, but now that's a linebacker running in the middle of the field. And now they're trying to hunt to get that wide receiver on the over route. So it all has its pros and cons to it, and it's week to week. So, okay, in a matchup versus Cincinnati where they got these receivers, pass rush has to win. If it's a matchup where they got one dominant receiver, but they really need to run this football, okay, man, stop that run. DBs, y'all going to hold up. Y'all going to be fine with this. Maybe we can take one of you guys from the secondary and put you in the box to help us with this, right? We've seen at times with Deshaun Elliott. He wouldn't always be deep. He'll be right down the line of scrimmage. Like, yeah, because we felt better about that matchup. So it's really that. But you have to, this is why the coaches get paid what they get paid. And why, if they aren't as sharp, it shows. It's like, yeah, man, you got to protect some of these calls. You know what the weakness is. So you have to be sharp in terms of minimizing the exposure for negativity. Now, when you do it at a high level, it looks great. When you are bad at it, it looks like how it looks at times with us. And that's why we're like, all right, we know what our model is. The business model with us is stars got to dominate. We don't have a brand of defense where it's, hey, everybody out here is just even across the board. No. We are top heavy. We know we got about 5 where all the money is, and everybody else is just like, hey, get it how you live, baby. So with that, this is the pros and cons to that. It's simple, but it's relying on them players to be what they're paid to be.
Yeah. Shout out to Jamar Chase for being the 1%. You know what? I appreciate excellence. And like, I know he plays for the Bengals. I got it. But like, there's just something about a guy. He's just good.
Can I tell you something? So let me tell you how I can appreciate him, because when I came to Pittsburgh 2014, opening game, Cleveland Browns, right? First experience with Antonio Brown, AB, right? And obviously he was just coming off of a big season in 2013. But Joe Hayden, Pro Bowler, lockdown corner, man-to-man, dude I came out in my draft with, was viewed as like one of the best. And I remember Coach Thomas saying, man, in that meeting room on Monday, yo, AB, they got Joe Hayden. He going to be following you around. They got Joe Hayden. That's their A player. It's 5-star on 5-star. It can't be close. He didn't say, I need a wash. He didn't say, I need the numbers to, hey, can your star match his star? He said it can't be close. My star, who I invest in, has to be the biggest star in here, because it ain't room for 2 stars in this world. It isn't room for that. So it can't be we were average or we were just, no, it can't be that. You have to clear cut, go out there and take their head off. And we're just not doing that enough. We're not. But when that's the case, you got to move on to different structures. And that's why it's like, yo, you're in the middle of the season right now, so you can't do any of that. People want that, but it's like, you can't do that. That's why you don't hear me holler about, oh, fire this guy. Man, cut that guy. It's like, yo, for what? You just eating dead money. Hey, you ain't got no player right there. That don't make no sense. Nah, heck no. It's like, you better pray that you can figure that thing out. Keep working. You got how many games left? All right. That's kind of like the mindset.
For the plan. Just as a follow-up, Justin Gordon has let us know that YouTube just added that to his name. So, okay. Well, I appreciate that.
We thought you were big Juan Thornhill and he was 93.
I don't know. That's all I was like, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, and then I thought maybe it was 293. Maybe that was like the birth of somebody. I don't know. Like my brain was spinning.
Okay. One of the leap year babies.
Yeah. It turns out it was not any of that. The other thing I want to say too is we are live streaming on both of our channels. So if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to both of our channels. Make sure you comment in the comment section of any video, because we all know by now I am up in the comment section. Okay. Like I live in the comment section. Like,
look, I peeped your comment. I was so late because you know me. I'd be so scattered with it. I'm like, it was 4 days later. I'm like, oh, snap. She really spun the block and went right back into it. I was like, this is fire.
100%.
This is fire. This is fire.
Yeah. Like, I need to see what's going on.
This is fire. This is fire. And then I'd be feeling bad too, because just in full transparency, I'd be like, dang. By the time I see in the comments like 2 a.m, I'm like, is it frowned upon, or is it gonna look weird if I like hit the like button and comment back? Is it gonna show the time at this stage? And I'm just so back and forth for the bad. But yo,
you are
heavily. I don't actually know, but I was like in my mind, like, yo, this is weird. I don't know. I just got to, but yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you though.
Yeah, thanks. I love it. I love being in the comment section. So like anytime, and I
Rod Dallas.
Yeah, I love it.
She did call you out before, Rod. Absolutely.
Yes, I am in that comment section.
She's in the comment section.
And I love it. The other thing I want to say, there's another super chat that I'm going to get here in a second. I think the other thing is to, like, it's cool to hear just a different perspective of what the expectation is for players, because I think that I'm really bad at this. Sometimes I'll be looking at my team so hard that I forget that the other team, right? The other team has played. The other team it has signed up to do the exact same thing the guys I'm cheering for are signed up to do. And you kind of forget about the competitive side of it, that they don't want to lose any more than we want to lose. Like, they also are getting paid a lot of money, just like our players are getting paid a lot of money. And sometimes you forget that.
Some of their players can start for our team.
Right. Sometimes you forget that.
Let's be real. Let's put it where it is, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Rod for his youngest daughter's birthday being on 2/2. 2/2.
No respect though. That shout out to the girl that's in the building, man. One time for the culture. If you know, you know. Yeah.
I love it.
I guess I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but say, yeah, you a girl too. Yeah, a girl dad. Yeah, you can relate. You can relate to the girl dad vibe. Yeah. You try to say that with dudes, and they be like, "Hey, bro, I ain't got no daughters. I ain't got no kids."
I am a girl. And yes, shout out to the girl dads. Because let me just tell you something, okay? Because this is not just a football show. This is an everything show.
I want to say,
when I'm here as an everything show.
We be vibing. Yeah.
I'm like, let's talk about, did you see that pony race at halftime? Yeah. If you are a dad and you have daughters, be there for your daughters, because your daughters will grow up like me. No, I'm just kidding. But your daughters, having that dad influence is so important for daughters. It's so important. I do think the reason I'm like this is because I have my dad. My dad made me feel comfortable. My dad encouraged me to watch football. My dad was like, sit here, let me tell you. I remember asking him, I remember the first time I was like, why do they have this orange thing and guys running with sticks? Like, okay. Yes. So I remember those dumb questions I asked when I was a kid, and I grew up through football through him. Mm-hmm. So like, if you have a daughter and you're like, oh, I don't have any sons because my daughter can't play football, my sons, teach your daughter football so that you can watch football with your daughter. Like, teach her. It's okay. Because I think so many times we're like, the only way I can do football is if I have a daughter, if I have a son. No, like, help your daughter, like, teach her. That's how I learned. So I'm just throwing that out there because girls and their dads and football go very well together. Yeah. You just have to show her why she should love it. Hello. Mm-hmm. So anyways.
That's it.
Oh gosh.
Shout out to the girls in the building. All right. One time for the one time, man.
The girls, the ladies, the women, all of it. Shout out to all of you. You women, you are not elite average. Okay.
Yes. So y'all elite. Yeah. Elite.
The Colts. Okay. So the Colts might headboard.
Oh Lord, he getting free.
Headboard us on.
Oh Lord. Hey man. It's a family friendly show, okay, man? Jesus. God. Why
do I get these comments? And then I'm supposed to be professional. Like, what is this happening?
We were just talking about girl dads and daughters. I was like, oh, but you got a headbutt. I'm like, Lord, boy, wow.
Sorry, I don't know what headboarding means, so I'm just gonna read the comment. Like, what are we doing? Headboarding? Like, come on.
I'm about to say, the way my mom went, I'm like, whatever the explanation for that, I missed it. Cause I would.
Like, is that a new man football term that I don't know?
No, not that I missed that one. I've missed that. Yeah. I was waiting.
I mean, I remember half cocked. I didn't know what that was, and then now I know what half cocked is. What was the other one? Two guys in one hole.
Oh yeah, two guys in one hole. You never want two in one hole. You never want that. No.
So you never want two guys in one hole.
Never want two in one hole.
That is indeed true. So we have that, and now we have the Colts might headboard us on Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And depending on who you ask, they might like to be headboarded. So I don't know. I don't think this is bad. But anyways, okay. The Colts might headboard us on Sunday. I can just see us getting smashed in all facets. It's getting worse. The comment is getting worse. The comment is getting worse. It's getting worse. Okay, what's the next line? Okay, next line. QB mobility, play action, etc. Okay, we're back. Okay.
Oh, man.
Taylor seems unstoppable. Well, okay, headboarding, smashed, unstoppable.
You got a lot going on, man.
There's a lot going on,
Debo.
And by the way, does our defense have the skill to even stop all of this happening? Or will this be an issue? What a comment.
Lordy.
Wow. Wow. That is exceptional.
Debo, I am not mature enough for you to type like that, okay, man? All right. You see, I done started perspiring, okay?
Wow.
I done got warm. Yeah.
Wow. I have done so great today. I have done so good today. And now we're talking about headboarding and smashing and being unstoppable.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, people. This is a family show.
All right. So I understand the concerns that you may be having as pertains to the Colts and the plethora of ways that they can put us in some discomfort, right? Some positions that we don't want to be in on the football field.
Is headboarding discomfortable?
I don't even. Yeah, I'm just. It's a lot.
What's going on?
It was a lot. I was like, wow, bro. Yeah. I'm glad you had to read it. I was like, yep. Shout out to you having that comment. Yep. Shout out to you. Yeah. Wasn't me, YouTube. Okay, remember that. Wasn't me. All right, that was her.
Yeah, it's a super chat. What do you put? Like, you put my back is against the wall, and now I'm reading, and I'm like, now everything I say
with
just
the
sounds
headboard.
awful.
Here we go.
Yep. It's like, come on, like give a girl a break. Okay, well, I was talking about women and girls and raising them, and now
it was such a hard left though. Like we literally just finished the positive women movement, girl, dad, like the bonding. You talking about how awesome it is when your daughters get to see football from your perspective, and then it's like, bam, here you go, take the headboard. You're like, whoa, what the?
The Colts might headboard us. Like, whoa. What? Like, are the daughters watching this? Like, come on. We've got to be careful.
I'm over here like, shoot, you see the girl dad daughter over there now, Ursa be on the side like, yo, she get headboarded. It's only we get headboarded, man. Stop the headboard, man. Stop the headboard.
Okay, and again, like, is that a football term? I've never heard somebody say headboarding with football. Am I missing it?
Yeah,
like, is this... Like I need a word bank of like, okay, these are the football terms.
Listen,
so anyways, the whole message
that is not in there.
Yeah. You know what? The whole message, you have a valid point, I think. Okay. Yeah. Very valid. It's just, reading it after the. So
I'll give it to you like this, Debo. It's a combination. And I know that sounds terrible as well. I will try to explain it like this, using my words. Okay, using my words. It does fall somewhere in between skill and will. And the reason I say a mix of it, that's not what you want to hear. You want it to just be skill, because if it's just skill, we're looking at the 26 on Josh Jacobs one-on-one. You got to get your head across, shuffle, stay square, use your outside leverage. In worst case, you're forcing him back to everybody else. Or if he runs you over, that still gives guys time to get there to make the play. You not having an edge, that doesn't allow Patrick Queen to even get a chance to make the play to help you out. That's skill related, right? We say, hey, are you as skillful as Deshaun Elliott? Or are you as skillful as Jalen Ramsey? So if you're not, I have to kind of gauge that part and adjust my expectation for you, because regardless of how much I may want you to be Jalen Ramsey, if you're not Jalen Ramsey or on that level, you're not going to be making those plays routinely. So that's the skill part. The will part is the flip side. When we have looked at a certain defensive back who has had a very decorated career, but is a little bit on the older side and has at times, even in this past game, put on film some questionable angles to the football when the ball is being ran at him. That's will. That's you making business decisions. That's a person deciding if they want to be physical. That part you don't want to see, but that is will. So you can see the difference in them. Skill related. Hey, man, they blew the coverage. That's skill, man. We got to communicate better. Communicating is a skill. You have to work at it. You have to practice it. You have to invest in it, right? It doesn't just magically work on game day. You have to practice it. We got to over communicate at times. That's skill. Will is, hey, man, this is one-on-one right here, and you got to run in front of this and put your face in the fan, right? Go get on the train tracks. Not everybody wants to do that.
Yeah.
And you do it at times. And that's, the part of it. So that's why I'm like, it is a combination of both right now.
Yeah. I think to sum this all up, because the chat is absolutely fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
To sum this up, we're going to go with this.
Yep.
As long as the D is good, we should be
why are you like this? Rod, why are you like this? Why are you like this? Why?
I agree.
What's wrong with you?
In summary,
I think we shared a lot, Rod.
I agree with Rod. In summary, I agree with Rod. Okay, that is how you summarize the point. In summary, okay, when we're playing the Colts, in summary, as long as the D is good, in summary, against the Colts,
there you go.
We're gonna be all right. You know what, Rod?
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly, Rod.
All right.
There
you go.
That's the comment. That's the comment. That's the comment.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah. So now we're all on the same page. We all got it. Okay. So does anybody else have any other questions? Any other questions? So that's how we're going to beat the Colts. Okay.
I'm going to go.
That's all that
I'm going to go read the Bible. I'm going to read the Bible.
There's another super chat because at this point they're just rolling it. Okay. At this point they're just rolling it.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
And let me just spot check before I put it on the screen.
Yep. Just like
this one is okay. This one is, speaking of stars, what's up with TJ? Sorry, I just almost joked. Oh, okay. Speaking of stars, what's up with TJ and the pass rush? Haven't gotten much to watch on the film yet, but he is getting old, starting slow, scheme or something else. I love something else. Oh, I love that.
I love whatever our stars don't produce, how we look, and it's like it's got to be something, right?
Something else other than he's just not playing well, right? It's something else, right? Like it's something else with TJ. It has to be, right? It's because he just had a baby and he's tired, right? Or it's because his knee hurt, right? Or his hip hurts, right? It's got to be his toe, doesn't it? Because it's not him. Like he's not playing well.
Like TJ, and it's not, for lack of effort. He's playing with effort, but at the same time, it's just like, sometimes dudes go through a little bit of a spell where it's like, it just isn't hitting right now. Now that can come out of that, right? You can come out of that, man. If you go out there versus the Colts and you get 2.5 sacks, right? We'd be like, oh man, you came out of it, right? We talk about Myles Garrett 2 weeks ago versus us. We were like, quiet game, right?
Yeah.
Zero tackles, 0 pressures, man. Shout out to Broderick. Did you see what he just did 2 days ago? 5 sacks, right?
And we still want to blame Broderick.
You catch what I'm saying? So it's like, right. I'm like, they had 5 sacks. 5. We was talking about he was great. He was getting beat all night, man. Did you see the pressure he allowed? Did you see that Myles Garrett just had 5 sacks just 2 days ago in one game? 5 of
Broderick Jones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So when I look at TJ, it's a similar thing, and this isn't new for him. If you really think of TJ Watt and the trajectory of his career, think of what the conversations were in 18, 19, 20. Man, he's going to go on for 3 or 4 games where it's crazy loud, but then he'll get quiet for a game or two. And then it'll come back and it'll be crazy loud again. And then it'll get quiet a little bit. And that was kind of the knock, right? The unspoken, oh man, we want more of that. I just feel like you're getting a little bit more of that now, but there are more variables. So yeah, when you bring up scheme, okay, does our scheme promote the best success for TJ when we are healthy on the back end? Yeah, because they can cover well enough to not allow guys to just win right off the line of scrimmage unless it's Jamar Chase, right? Typically, it's like they're good enough that they're going to be able to get a nice jam, see their hands home, and that allows TJ Highsmith and the guys up front to cook. Now, we've said, okay, Thursday Night Football, younger team versus older team. We got into all of the weeds of that. We said this past game when the injuries happened, especially on the back end, how it impacted those guys, right? We talk about Jordan Love, the 19 complete. He was like, that wasn't in the first half. That's in the fourth. That's late in the game, right? That's when that takes place, when we are already banged up. So certain parts of it don't benefit TJ, right? Mm-hmm. But then the other side is, you can go to a blitz-related defense where we're more predicated on that, but that also doesn't benefit TJ because now we're going to be saying, TJ, you don't rush all the time. Yeah. There are going to be times you're dropping into coverage because we're not going to drop Cam Hayward into coverage. We're not about to drop Derek Harmon into coverage. You see so you see how that is a pro and con to that because we are basing this on you just being able to rush. We should have the guys on the back end. So there is the combination of that. And then there's something else you could just say is when you see the tight end over there, you see them slide the offensive line protection over there. On occasion, you'll get a chip. And it's not every single play, but it works enough. It's just enough. So you can point into all of those variables with that, but it still boils down to TJ knows he has to produce. It has to be more productive out there. And nobody cares whether you're old, whether you're tired, whether you're not getting sleep, whether you didn't have a good car ride into the game. It's a results-based business. Don't tell me about the labor. Show me the baby. And that's what it is. It's not fair all the time, but that's what it is. So for TJ, he knows that, man, when you sign that contract and you become at that point in time the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, in the history of it, It's an unfair expectation that comes with that we expect a sack at least. Or we expect that if it's only going to be one sack in the game from a star player, it better be our guy doing the kick and not their guy doing the one.
Fair.
Right? When TJ and Miles were in the same stadium, TJ didn't have one of the berserk 3.5, 4.5 sack games, but his game was louder than Myles Garrett, and it wasn't close. We all felt like our guy was the bigger star. Wasn't close. We did not feel like that this game.
No.
We all had that moment where we were like, oh, yeah, Parsons makes some plays. Like, hey, ooh.
Yep.
Even though the stat sheet wasn't even crazy, it was like, yo, you just feel his presence around.
Even on TV, it felt that way. Like even on, he popped off screen, as I like to say.
He's constantly chasing. He's constantly flashing. You're just like, bro, like you just felt different watching that one.
Right. I agree.
That's an L for us. That's an L for TJ. He knows that. This is nothing new. And TJ be the first one to tell you that, hey, bro, I know I got to be better. I know I can't have that. And it was at the crib. Not at your crib. Not if this was in Green Bay. All right, cool, man. Your house, you better be the big dog. You can't do that at our spot. No. And TJ.
So I want to give you this shout out. Brandon Phillips said, "This is my first time getting to catch a live, so I appreciate the detailed responses." You know what? That is what Moats does. Okay, that is his thing. So anytime, like, we got you. Okay, especially when I'm in charge, I'm putting up all the randomness. Okay, and I will be honest, Brandon. If this is your first live, okay, it's not always my fault. See, it's not always my fault. Messing with you. I am just messing with you.
But no, it's a perfect blend, man. It's a perfect blend. She knows how to push all the right buttons. All right. And then she'll get me over here and I'll be over here ranting. I'm like, hey, how did I get over here? How did I get down this street? I don't even know how I got here, but here we are. All right.
I got them all fired up. So yeah, I think it's awesome. So we are going to end this live, but I wanted to end this live with some positivity. So
like, because boo! She always into the phone. Boo! When the kids say, "Mom, just 5 more minutes. This is 5 more minutes." Jesus, just like, boo.
Well, I was gonna say, I want to play something because I worked hard on it. So I'm gonna play the introduction for those of you that were not here to see the introduction, because that is positivity, and you're going to see Moats in a different light after this video. Okay, you're not gonna see what you saw in the, because right now he's frustrated, he's fired up, he's like, "What the f? I could go out there and make a tackle. I see what's going on. Why can't y'all see it?"
I ain't say that. I don't want
to be that old guy. I said it. Because if I were you, that's what I would be thinking. And so he's just trying to get through the best way he knows how. Okay. So just allow him that time. Okay. So that's what we're here for. So here it is the introduction so that we can bring some positivity back to the space. We were very elite average. We were very like, what?
Why?
Oh, here's another one.
We're focused.
Also, Moats was rushing Derek Carr, and Derek started throwing the ball insanely fast. So Moats started chirping at Derek to hold the ball longer. Something spicy to him. That had me dying. Carr was shook. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I actually do. And in fact, shout out to my teammate James Harrison. It was one of my first games when I was in Pittsburgh being mic'd up. And I was telling him, like, yo, I'm the feds. I got the wire on me. And we joking the whole game about different things, trying to get sacks. I'm burning my butt on the sideline because we got the bench heater on. I'm like, bro, it ain't hot. It ain't cold enough for that. So we get in the game, and I'm chasing at the car all game. And I'm like, bro, why are you doing this? Like, you've gotten sacked all year long. You hold the ball now, so you get here, and it's like quick. So I'm like, yo, man, hold that ball for a second, man. Let me get the second.
See, we had happy Moats.
Shout out to the happy days, all right? Shout out to the happy days. So sometimes I'll be over here just like, you know what? Let's just lead it to the negative. Let's just be nasty with it, but respect to the positive approach. I like your energy.
Yeah. And you know what? the Debo Savage is now a new member. So welcome, Debo Savage. You will enjoy all of the perks of being a member. You will get behind the scenes of film study breakdown, more and additional content. You will get random content. You will get all the things before we get it. And you are now special. So congratulations.
Welcome to the room.
Yeah. Yes, and the fact that everyone noticed, unfortunately, was spelled differently, and I noticed it this morning, and I didn't even care enough to change it, lets you know that I'm an educator, okay? Because at the end of the day, I don't care. So, I was like, oh man, I'm 5 minutes late. Oh man, it's okay. So, anyways,
it's a vibe. I love it. But
yeah,
shout out to the people actually watching and paying attention too. I like that.
Yeah, respect. See. Respect. There's always a way you can rope people in. You just have to rope them in. It works every time. So anyways, that's also something you will learn when you are learning how to talk in front of people and you're like, what can I say that sounds ridiculous? Mm-hmm. Got it. Bring up a football analogy. Then everyone's going to look at me to say, does she really know football? Or is she just making this up so that we pay attention? Now I'm paying attention. This sucks. So also, before we end this, we're going to end on you. I want you to know that I like BS modes. I like serious modes. I like fired up modes. I like goofy modes. I like laughing modes. I like all of it. Because I think what you are is an athlete that has been in this situation, that has felt all of these things, but maybe in the past when you're a player, you weren't able to like express it in words to let other people see it. And so it's kind of cool to now see you have kind of probably the same kind of thoughts and feelings that you used to feel as a player, but you kept them internally and you're like, I got to focus on my screen, right? And maybe your family saw it or whatever. But like now that you can be on like the outside of that and you're giving us like a voice that we don't often hear, I love it. And so I love that for you. I love that for us that we get to experience.
Shout out to the teamwork there. Shout out to the teamwork. Because you do a good job of promoting those environments for the conversation, all right? And so you do a good job with that. So shout out, good teamwork, all right? Yeah. And if it's gonna end on me, I'll just say, let the record reflect. I've experienced a lot of things on the football field. Experienced a lot of things in my life.
Here it comes.
I've never experienced that day go headboard though. All right, I've not been headboard. I just want to throw that out there. All right, just let the record reflect that part. All right. Okay. If we're gonna know one thing, okay, all right, that's what we're gonna end it at. All right, and that's that happened. I don't care about Colts, Patriots, don't matter who you want to name. All right, it's that part. All right, I did not forget about you, Debo. Okay, I did not forget. Okay, I've been thinking about that for a while now, Debo Savage. I've been thinking about it. All right, I've just let the record reflect that. All right, just put it in bold print. All right, documented, ink, no eraser, no. All right, just permanent marker, dig it. Permanent marker. All right, yeah. Let the record reflect that one. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Plant my flag, okay? Let them know.
I wasn't ready.
Here we are.
That is not where I thought we were going. That is not. I'm crying. That is not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Hey. That is so funny. But hey, at the end of the day,
it felt right.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
as long as the D is right, it doesn't even matter. So we gonna be all right. Okay. So it is what it is at this point. And I'm crying. I can't even see to hit the end button oh my God. I did not think you were going there, but we went there. And that is why you stay to the very end of the show, because you never know what is going to be said. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button on both channels. And yes, I will be in the comment section. And yes, I will tag the end of this. And we will all laugh consistently. You are amazing. Thank you all so much. And also, here's my little shout out to Moats at the end of this. Okay. You see that improvement? We got to improve perimeter. You see these borders improved? You see, he's improving. He's a starter. He's a starter, folks, for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You're funny.